Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Lego Dreamzzz Mateo and Z-Blob the Robot set. This is set number 71454. It has 237 pieces, and I paid $20 for this set. Now, the Lego Dreamzzz line is kind of the brand new original property that Lego is releasing. There's a show, as you can see, watch the series like Ninjago, and there's a whole line of sets coming out that are in the Lego Dreamzzz theme. And these officially come out August 1st, 2023. I was able to get some of these early, so I will be putting some together and reviewing them before they come out. I am not part of the Lego Ambassador Network. I am not sponsored by any company. I paid for this with my own money. I was just able to get this before it officially releases and get some other sets early as well. That's just the disclaimer, is that Lego didn't like send me this as a promotional copy or like a press kit or something like this. This is something that I picked up from the store. But anyway, with all that said, in this video, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to put this together and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. While I build, I will speed the video up and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, while we go over the build process for this brand new Lego Dreamzzz Mateo and the Z-Blob robot set, I just wanted to say thank you everybody who watches, and to remind and encourage people that if you like this video, please consider clicking on that thumbs up and giving it a like. And if you like the other videos on my channel, please consider clicking on that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more early sets that are going to be releasing in August 1st of 2023, more Lego Dreamzzz sets, then tons of other Lego sets. So subscribe if you like it. It's very, very helpful to me, so I really, really appreciate it. And now back to the rest of the build for this brand new Lego Dreamzzz Mateo and the Z-Blob robot set, and then on to my review for this set. Okay, so that is this Lego Dreamzzz Mateo and Z-Blob robot. Let me see here, and Z-Blob the robot. So one of the kind of things about the Dreamzzz line is that there are different builds and different choices to be made. It's almost like maybe a Creator 3-in-1 type thing, but you have kind of the main model you're building here, and then you can see in the instructions there's either turn to this page or turn to this page. And so in reviewing these, I'm actually not totally sure like which one to do. I can't have them both built at the same time, I don't believe, and I only have one of this set, so what I'm going to have to do is like what I do for any 2-in-1 or 3-in-1, is sort of talk about one version of it and then maybe take it apart, build, and talk about the other version of it. So, but what I can do, because these remain, relatively the same, I would assume, is talk about the figures here. So we get a couple figures. First one we can look at, this one is Jaden, I believe. They look like they're kind of in maybe PJs or something, like pajamas. They are on a kind of bed here. I liked that the instructions kind of had like a narrative through it, where you build that minifigure first. Even before you build the next minifigure, you build a little bed, then you build this little side build and everything. I really liked that. This minifigure is good. We have like kind of some braces or headgear like stuff is what I'm assuming that is, which on the print, which is nice. Always nice to get different stuff represented. And then we have a face that I believe is kind of a sleeping face there. Print on this is good. Looks like unicorns on their torso, so that's a cool print. Hair is all right, so fine. And then we get Mateo, who I believe is like one of the main characters for the Dreamzzz stuff. So this is a really great minifigure. Nice brick built kind of accessory, including like a hilt piece, which I think that's in a new color, but I'm not positive. We also get this excellent hourglass time piece here with a print, dual molded kind of time piece there. And then just the minifigure itself is really, really good. So the torso, very detailed, nice kind of time logo there with some metallic. It's hard to see, but there's a ton of really, really fine dots on the torso here, and so really, really good detail. Face is good. Love this hairpiece, has a little printing on it. We do have an alternate face, so kind of happy and maybe ready for action there. Really nice printing for the face, good detail on the face. They maybe have like a little bit of a birthmark or something, or something else going on, so that's pretty cool to see. One eye is different than the others. We got mismatch arms here, no printing on the arms. We do have a little printing on the torso, like the midsection, the torso, but we also get the kind of accessory one. But it's interesting that you have printing there as well as have the little accessory that I just took off. And then we have printing on the legs. These are dual molded legs. And then we have printing all the way down to the toes, down to the feet. So tons of really good stuff in there. And of course, printing on the back, and really, really nice. So I believe this is one of like the main characters or something for Dreamzzz. This is excellent minifigure design, tons of really fine detail. It's a little hard for me to show right now, but great dual molded legs with the printing, specialized hairpiece, specialized face prints with the extra, like the eyes are different colors and the extra stuff. So really, really terrific. Plus we get a nice brick built accessory here and the time thing. So that's really, really cool. I have a feeling the figures from Dreamzzz are going to be, you know, all really, really well done. So love to see that. And then we have Z-Blob, which is kind of just this figure. It's on a translucent green kind of domed piece here. It's hollow. We do have printing for the eyes though, so that's Z-Blob. And then we can take a look at kind of the side build thing here. So we have this little bed and it kind of clips on there. And this clawed little creature is, I believe, kind of like, I don't know what they're called, but like a nightmare creature of some sort. Really nice color for the claws. I don't know if those are glow in the dark or not, but it looks like they almost might be, but those are really, really cool for those small barb elements. I like that this can kind of be posed around. It's almost like a little bit of like a spider. The eyes are prints, so that's really lovely. I think that's a new print for this line, or maybe not. Maybe that's a dinosaur eye. I'm not sure. But this is kind of a pretty cool side build actually, and I'm a big horror fan, so if this is like a nightmare thing that's sort of horror themed, I think, you know, as far as children's stuff goes or Lego goes, they don't dive too much into like horror stuff, and for this line I'm kind of excited because of the aesthetic of some of the nightmare stuff, like the different ship and all the different things, so I'm looking forward to that. But this is a good kind of introduction to that. And then we have essentially Z-Blob's robot here. So the robot is really cool. You build it with what is it's like a mech in many ways, but doesn't use the mech, you know, typical arms here. So we have these nice kind of joints there. We can flay this out, we can spin it at the shoulder, we also can like rotate the arms around here. There's no like bend at the elbow, but there is just a little bit in that translucent piece is kind of bent, and we can rotate the hands, articulate the figures. But between, you know, kind of rotating this around, it seems like you can get this into a lot of different poses and holding something differently or whatever. We do have a little spot for something to pin in there, which is really nice. So I think, you know, these arms are really good, and just because you can spin these on the axis and stuff on their axis, but they have that little bend in there, you can get them in a lot of different positions, and because they can flay out and spin and all that other stuff, so that's really terrific. The build for the kind of torso and head was really fun. It uses a Speed Champion fender in there and some other interesting pieces. The build was kind of unique. Down here at the waist, we can rotate at the waist, which is nice. And then for the legs at the hips, we have the same kind of joint, which not only does it look cool that it kind of matches, and we have the same thing with the knee here, but here down to the feet, we do have a ball joint down there. So these feet, very robust, very cool, very robotic, but those can be moved around. So this can actually be posed in like a lot of different ways, and it feels very stable. These feet are very big, so I love to see that. And this was one of the sets I was looking at because it was kind of a cheaper set. It was a $20 set, couple figures, a little side build. You get kind of I was comparing it to like a mech, but this is a little more interesting than a mech because there's more articulation than, when I say mech, I'm talking about like maybe the Star Wars mechs that are coming out, or the the Marvel mechs that came out, some smaller Ninjago mechs as well, but this is like similar to that in some ways. And I really like using these joints instead, and this translucent green color is really, really nice, so that's terrific. It feels very finished. We do have a couple stickers on here, which is okay, and the sticker sheets here, you do get a bunch of extra stickers. So all of these are small stickers that are individual, so you can decorate this as you see fit, and make choices, or decorate other stuff as well. So interesting. I don't know if all of these sets are going to come with extra stickers, but it may be the case. And then we kind of have the two different builds here. So one looks like a spray accessory of some kind. It reminds me of like a spray painting thing, but I'm sure it's not, or it could be, I don't know. And then one's kind of a jetpacky type thing. I went for the second one first, which is interesting. So you build this, uses a couple other stickers there, and we get this wonderful dual molded kind of slime blast type piece, more of the translucent there, and we built like this little jetpack that can be attached to the back of them, which is terrific. We also use some stud shooters or tile shooters there. Those can be positioned on the hand, on either one of the hands, and they can be aimed in a lot of different ways because of all the posability, because of spinning and the joint up there, which is terrific. And then there's also this really cool sort of mask or like robot head type thing. So when this is clipped on, and you don't see Z-Blob behind there, it looks even more like robotic and futuristic and cool. So I really, really like that. I love these translucent tiles there. So I thought that was really neat. I thought that was a cool look for it. These are the extra pieces, at least as far as I can tell right now, but this surprised me. These are extra pieces that I'm assuming these are used in the alternate thing here. So I really like the jetpack thing. I think the main model is great, but what I'm going to do now is actually maybe take some of this apart if I need to, and I'm going to do the other one and see what we have left there, and then I'll kind of talk about that, and then I'll give my final verdict. So while I disassemble and build and stuff, I will speed the video back up, and then I'll slow it back down to talk more about this. Okay, so that is sort of the other dream type build for this set. You get these little side bits, which I'm not actually sure what those are supposed to be. Fine. We do move the stud shooters or tile shooters up to kind of the shoulder mount there. It has a ball joint so that can kind of be articulated, then a hinge there. So those can still be aimed. I do like it on the arm, but it's cool up here as well. And then we get this big kind of spray canister, which has some Technic bits, a nice black barb here. This uses that translucent bar element and some cone pieces there to make kind of like a sight or something. A nice kind of canister and a spray of whatever, slime, dream slime or something. And we do get like an extra canister, and I don't know if these are something related to that as well, and this is something too. And then these are all the leftover pieces. So I prefer the first one I built, but this is cool that it clips in such a way you can bend the fingers around to really make it look like they're holding this, which is very nice. And I mean, this is cool. Whoops, this is cool on its own, but I really liked the jetpack, and I liked kind of the helmet face mask thing, which you could almost make with the leftover pieces. There's probably some combination of the two that this could still have the kind of robot head type piece, and some other stuff. So that's interesting. But I don't know how to feel about necessarily this concept of choosing, what to build. So I think that is a big selling point for this. I think it encourages creativity, encourages fun, replayability, which is very nice. I think there are people out there who are really going to enjoy that. It does add different build experiences. One of my things, though, because Lego is therapeutic to me, and I come to Lego often not to when I come to Lego, I think Lego is like a wonderful medium, a wonderful toy, a wonderful hobby, a wonderful thing, a little wonderful system that can be used for really creative stuff, like on your own. It can be used to learn about engineering or architecture, or like how things work together, and also you can explore making something on your own, playing something. Personally, I like to come to a Lego set, and one of the things I really like about it is that it tells me exactly what to do. So I love building a set. I do like doing mocks and kind of my own stuff as well, but I love just building a set and following the directions. So when I get to something like this, I'm a little bit like, which one do I do? What if I like this one better than this one? What if I like this one better than this one? And, when I build Creator 3-in-1s and stuff like that, I usually cycle through all of them and then maybe land on one to see. And that's a fine way to do things. You get a lot of build experience out of that. I do the same with like Technic 2-in-1s. So in some ways, you get that here. It's just in my mind, for whatever reason, it does break up the instruction booklet, and it just makes things a little weird. But the first two bags were kind of everything, and then the third bag is just the pieces for all the additional stuff. So if you break it down like that, it kind of makes a lot of sense, and I can kind of justify it in my head that it works cool that way. I think there's a great market for it. I think people are really going to enjoy that. Just me personally, it's not like my favorite thing to come to. I think this is a wonderful set. I had a blast building it. Figures are really, really good. I'm excited to see what the rest of the Dreamzzz line has to offer. You get a good amount of pieces, cool pieces in here, some nice prints, and extra stickers, and this nice piece and stuff like that. So really, really great. For me personally, the jetpack build that I had first, it was one that I preferred, and having the option is always nice. So I think that's cool that you could switch between them. It's not super easy to like go from this to go to the other one. One would have to take apart a lot of this stuff, and then make sure you have the extra pieces somewhat nearby, because you could be having it with this one and then you want to switch it out to the jetpack and the mask or something. Well, you need this piece and this piece and this piece, which isn't kind of in this. So it's a little bit challenging. And if people are like me when I was younger, extra pieces like this might just end up in a box full of pieces, having to be looked through to then find the pieces to then change this over, unless these are specifically stored in such a way that it's, with this. But for play, it's a weird concept. I didn't actually expect there to be extra pieces like this. I kind of thought both of the things were going to use like the similar pieces just in different ways, and that's not really the case, which is interesting. I think it's kind of cool and kind of not, just because for a toy, and if they really want people to switch frequently or easily, they don't make it so maybe it's more of like you have the option to do one or the other, but when you have one, maybe that's the one you prefer, and so you keep it like that, and then maybe weeks later, months later, years later, you switch it up. Maybe it's not to be switched in a particular session of play, rather, but I'm not sure. It's just a little bit interesting to me. I did really like this set. There's a lot to really like about it. I'm not 100% sold on the different build stuff yet. I'm gonna have to see how it works in some other Lego Dream sets. I have really, really high hopes for this theme and really high hopes for this series, and this is kind of a pretty good introduction to it, but not without its issues. But I think I'm still like trying to wrap my head around what these dream choices things are all going to be, and maybe this one is more involved to change it over than some of the other ones. Maybe the other ones are going to be a little bit quicker or easier to kind of transition from one to the other, or maybe they're not, and I'm interested to see how that works, because my opinion on what these are like as toys is going to kind of be influenced by that a little bit, just because I could see pieces going missing that aren't being used, and so that makes it very difficult to switch from one or the other. But this was really great. Very happy to get it early, happy to build it and talk about it. So if you like this video, maybe consider giving it a thumbs up and clicking that like button. And if you like the other videos on my channel, please consider clicking that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more Lego Dreams, more other sets that I've gotten early that are not out yet, and just tons of other Lego stuff, all different themes, all different shapes, sizes, price points, piece counts, tons of different Lego. So click the subscribe button so you don't miss it. And if you want to support this channel, the best way to do that is over at the SoBricks Patreon, which is patreon.com/SoBricks. You can join for only $2 a month, get access to exclusive stuff, early content, all my videos early, get your name on the end of my videos, and I have a bunch of other stuff in the works for over there, so that really helps. Like I say, I'm not affiliated with any company. I am not in the Lego Ambassador Network. I pay for this stuff with my own money, and so if you want to give back at all, it is appreciated, but don't if you want to or don't need to or whatever. So either way, I'm just very, very grateful, and thank you very much. So with all that said, until next time, thanks, bye.